a massive heat. Filipe Toledo, absolute mad. His records in the basin with the 3 finals and the win. He's unbelievable the way he performs. The ability to get different kind of scores. His stats are absolutely crazy. Tell you what though, Kanoa Igarashi, he goes all right himself. He put down a bit of a statement performance yesterday.
How you can get him is the first 2 waves. He needs to finish both of these 2 waves without a doubt and put the pressure on.
Let's see if he can do that here. Igarashi climbs the foam and swoops around, set up. 3rd turn into that lip, pressure on that back foot on the tail. There's a 4th maneuver. He'll put this into the tube. Igarashi disappearing in the first section. He'll get a pump and then he'll exit. Now, carving down, using the full face and then snapping that one in the lip. Layback turn, so 3 distinct maneuvers through the mid part of the wave. He'll set up here and use a ramp. And he'll go the corrupt. And again, snapping back just to finish. Gets just slightly hung, but that actually just makes it even more impressive when he is able to squirt out. So that rotation has been something that everyone's looking for, but throw it in the corrupt to offer a little variety. Igarashi, good way to kick things off.
Oh, that was so good. I mean, you see Filipe sort of watching on there. He's got the headphones in, but I mean, Kanoa right there, just a super measured approach, just really well paced. He's just, you can just see the experience just oozing from his surfing, really. Just fantastic variety as well, just surfing at a great speed and great rhythm. Just never once did he look out of rhythm right up until that very last bit, sure, but this whole wave, up until that corrupt, just perfect timing, perfect decision for what manoeuvre to put in what place as well. Variety of manoeuvres, combos, and then, yeah, watch him set up this end section and just absolutely punt and just bringing that creativity. And today, you know, the trend for me with the judges is they want to see creativity. They want to see a few different areas. You know, they appreciated Geordie's Superman earlier today. And let's just watch this.
Which was surprising to me.
Elaborate.
Well, I think it's 2025.
Yeah.
And as amazing as Geordie is, and I actually was really cheering for him. I think he's surfing really good, particularly on the wave face. But
And a lower energy, almost a shield up, really. Love to know the inner workings and what's really going on, what he's thinking about, the master plan, what he's going to do for finals day, thinking about.
He looks cheeky, doesn't he? He's scheming, he knows.
We'll reseed, so we won't know who he's coming up against yet, but there's a couple of surfers that will really spark some interest for him, as if he needed more impetus. Here we go. Speaking of which, Igarashi on the left. He'll park this and get in the tube, and he'll actually just drop down. He'll do well to control that. Really nicely done. He'll hang on. So a tricky section inside the barrel. He rode it really well. That's a great turn to come out and just belt it. And once again, punching into the lip. Igarashi will look for cover here, and he'll make himself go real fast and real compact for the finish. He'll reverse it out of the lip, and once again, so fully invigorated. Igarashi, he needed to finish both of his waves and apply pressure. That's exactly what he's done.
Oh, I mean, textbook, right? I mean, it's the only, Filipe, without a doubt, is one of the best to ever do it in a wave pool. And if you're coming up against him, that's exactly what you had to do. You spoke to it, Stace, and finished both of those rides, completed them, but not just completed them. He's already dropped an excellent score, and this one is well and truly going to be on his way to a great score as well.
Good action from Kanoa Igarashi. He'll wait for that second score to come in. He's already gone excellent. Coming up next, that score for Kanoa plus Filipe Toledo hitting the water. We'll be right back.
This is one of the best to do it in the wave pool.
The response from Toledo to Kanoa Igarashi, who dropped really good numbers. 817 was what he got for the right. Here's Toledo. He'll open up. See what he brings here. Put so much into the opening turns. Nice, creative, aggressive hip swinging snap into the tube. Real nice as well in the pocket there. A little more cover time. I thought just making that comparison with Igarashi, check the carving that he's doing as he just cuts the water. And then again, Just the balance of opposing forces as he belts the lip, and he absolutely punts the alley-oop. Almost kind of ollied it up there. You saw him just really move that without too many pumps down the line for speed, put it straight up, but he did then put it down. So interesting to see in terms of putting a bit of pressure on him, thinking about how you're going to surf a heat against a guy that's just been unbelievable out here. Not sure if that's a response to the pressure, whatever it was. He went incomplete.
Yeah, incomplete, but I mean, the mechanics of his body going up looked right. I mean, it looked like he hit it at the correct timing, and the rest of the wave before that, I mean, there was so much damage done. To me, almost looked like, I mean, some of those turns were really critical. They were really big. The way he was being able to wrap that board all the way back around to the foam, that direction change, super critical, even just straight off the bat here. I mean, really putting it on the line, getting that fin release again, and then as he comes through, he gets a nice little kick stall there. A little bit of tube time, but this next section, performance section 2, he really comes down and just makes the most of this. This next turn really carves this board back around right to that power source. Just surfing with great speed here, but this is the section that sort of comes undone there. Wow, he's just so close to making that. Would have been, if he makes that, we're drawing, really similar comparisons to what Kanoa did, and I mean, trying to split that would have been pretty tricky. I think they would have come away pretty equally. Oh, wow.
Against Kanoa, it's already gone excellent. He's going to need a little more than that. We've rattled his cage. Let's see how he replies.
Flick, does he surf to the 7.6? Or does he try to outpoint him on the left?
Oh, it's a good question. I mean, he's off to a good start here, but I just have a feeling he's not going to be able to help himself.
Don't be so nervous. Back him in. Up to you. Back to you, Paul.
Putting loads into those first turns, getting real deep here. This is very nicely done indeed. He stays an eternity inside the tube. Now he's out. Adjust the feet. Toledo swinging for the snap. Once again, pushing the tail out. And again, he'll go down. So groans from the Brazilian crew watching on. Maybe slight grin, certainly internally, from the likes of Kanoa Igarashi, Snake watching on and thinking, all right, maybe we've got him, maybe not quite in his comfort zone where we would expect to see him.
Wow, I mean, you're not going to be feeling too confident because obviously it's Filipe, he's still got another 2 runs on the board, and I mean, Kanoa's still got the opportunity right now to better this situation.
So Snake's been down there on the deck crapping on all day about how it's very advantageous to, as we see Filipe there take a tumble on a pretty stock standard turn for him, but the advantage of going first is this opportunity now to hold the pressure and to put it on your competitor. And it's so amazing to see Kanoa do that there, put his first 2 rides on the board.
Igarashi leading those combined scores thus far, only halfway through.
I've gone into rigor mortis. This is skits.
Really enjoyable to see this going down. Kanoa with a chance to add further pressure. Here he goes on the right. Igarashi swoops in, nice and cash. And that was super dynamic, pushing really hard. That was obviously a decision to go that aggressive that early on. What do we make of that tactically anyway, rather than execution-wise? We know how that went.
Well, even just tactically, right, you're coming up against Filipe. Yeah, you've put a serious dent in this leaderboard right now with that huge heat total. But stranger things can happen. I think he's just wanted to push it, just see if he can better on that wave. And, I mean, why not? You got a healthy lead. You may as well give it a crack. And you could actually end up bettering that scoreline.
Which even incrementally at this point is going to be huge. Even if he got an 8.33 or obviously an 8.5 would be huge. But these small, and if he's thinking the same thing on the left now, if he can turn this 7.6 into a 7.83 or even an 8, it's it just adds to that ever building kind of pressure on Filipe's shoulders.
The narrative arc of this heat just weaves a little kink as Kanoa Igarashi will throw down an attempted reverse on his second turn. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll see his 4th and final wave. Very much in command right now. Stay tuned.
Didn't go again. You just agree or you disagree? I didn't
just agree.
Spew and disagree with me.
No, because otherwise I sound like a kook. That's the right decision.
You are definitely the least of that in this situation right here between me and Paul. Kanoa Igarashi. Come on, son.
Here he goes up on this opening section. Igarashi pushing pretty hard, drifting. And then inside the tube, let's see how deep he commits. Let's see how long he stays in there. Quite a while, actually, behind the curtain. And he'll draw those curtains and enjoy the view. That was a really late hit as he dropped it down. And he'll swing that around as well. Super dynamic, just something different as well. Just keeping us real interested in this action. Streaking through, going warp speed. And again, he'll chuck those fins out, nose pick it to bring it around. Igarashi, creative, exciting surfing, audacious maneuver selection at different parts of the wave as well. So rather than getting a little predictable in terms of the pattern, kind of building up speed towards the end, amazing to see him just throwing down those explosive maneuvers.
Yeah, and it's kind of, he's doing what we said. He's trying to get creative. I guess, like, you know, he also, let's just say he does advance out of this heat. Why not give it a go in this more critical section of the wave where you're putting the rest of the wave on the line here after this tube? You know, basically you've got half a wave left, and if you're getting that creative, there's so much risk involved and you're going to get rewarded for it. So just straight up into the lip here, and then this next turn, that's the moment we're talking about, into that reverse, and comes out pretty clean, really. Gets a nice deep tube here, and once again, inverted, little reverse there to finish. Trying to improve on that 7.6.
It's all about how well you're going to sleep at night. And if, like you mentioned, Flick, with the risk here in this wave, even if he falls, he can walk up the basin and go, I gave it everything. You know, I left nothing on the table. I'm surfing against one of the best ever to do it at this event. On the flip side, you make it, and then you make another one, you're going to get a bigger score, and then you're really going, hang on a minute, if I win this heat, I'm going to win the comp. Then you sleep really well, or not at all. I thought, you know, I didn't know that it was definitely going to be excellent, but like I mentioned earlier, even you know, personally for Kanoa's situation, even if that was a 7.83 or even, you know, something slightly higher, it does obviously help the situation, but we'll see what happens here with Filipe.
Here comes the response from Toledo, up and at him with a spring in his step. He'll make some adjustments, and he'll go into the tube here, disappearing after doing some dynamic work outside middle section. Crucial to go well here. He'll just chuck one. And then he'll actually miss a section, and he's not really committing in terms of maneuvers through that mid part. He will get a ramp to finish here. He'll throw up a big, healthy corrupt, and it looked like he got real close to our cameraman in the water there, our photographer, but Filipe Toledo, and just halfway through that wave, it looked like he disengaged a little bit, well, a lot bit.
Definitely looked like he disengaged, but yeah, he was definitely disengaged, but he was really eyeing up that big last section, went for that big air.
I feel for Kanoa here. This shouldn't be reflective of the result. He obviously missed, and this poor bloke is just going to, you know, feel horrible as well. And I feel for Filipe also, but like you said, he missed the whole middle part of that wave, and he kind of didn't really do much at the start. He's obviously done an amazing air, but I just don't know how this is going to play out now with obviously the officials, and we'll let them make the decisions. But he's obviously damaged his board, and it's an unfortunate situation for everyone involved. But yeah, this pool's surface is different to Lemoore, and the bottom is really slippery. And you'll see the surfers waxing up their feet, mainly because you watch Andy Irons do it in Blue Horizon, and then B, because of the surface of the pool. And Filipe likes to stand on the bottom of the pool, and I think it showed at the start of this ride.
What's going on here? He basically kind of stopped surfing for a bit.
It's the curse of excellence. He's so good at surfing, but even when he's kind of bogging, he thinks it's bad. And none of that was bad. No, that was insane. That's a bummer. That's a real unfortunate situation for everyone. I feel for Filipe. He's obviously done an amazing air and an amazing turn. but I do think the middle part of the wave's curious.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's super unfortunate what happened on the end. He stomped this. Like, this is cool. It is a cutback. I mean, how much is he really adding in terms of points? He's doing a cutback in the channel.
No, but he's just blowing his best board to pieces.
Yes, this
for the
is
left.
also true. I mean, I think it's missing 2 fins here.
Collision at the end. Looked like he knocked 2 fins out the quad.
Yeah, it looked like 2.
So 8.94 the requirement. Flick, how does he make this wave 1.3 points better than Kanoa's?
Wow, I mean, he's just going to go big or go home. It's 10s or 2s right now, and you don't want to die wondering.
And he's had to go from a quad to a thruster.
All right, well, his stats are absolutely crazy. Here he goes. In terms of his numbers and his high scores, he'll put this in the tube, behind the curtain, disappears. Now, Toledo coming out on the backhands. A vicious vert hit. There's another. And he'll just leather this. Now, the setup, looking for big ramp section. And he'll just spin that one away at the apex of the air.
It's such a concerning situation because it affects the right and the left and the requirement of the overall position. So it's such a unique situation. So we obviously will stay posted.
Oh, I look, without a doubt, Kanoa was surfing so good, and we can't deny that. You can't deny the surfing and the pressure that he applied from that very beginning stages of the heat. I mean, he went out there and did what, Jake was telling him to do. If you want to win against the best, you've got to apply that pressure, and he did it in those first 2 waves. Massive heat total, 15.77, and obviously unfortunate what happened there at the end with Filipe, but like you said, Stace, so many factors coming into play there. So, bit of an unfortunate end to that heat for sure.
Kanoa Igarashi through to quarterfinals. Let's have a chat with him. He's with AJ.